game plan changes too much here.
Not in the slightest. And UConn won the opening toss and deferred. And the reason they did is exactly what they got. You score before the half, actually twice, because UConn gets the 2 field goals in short order, and now gets a little 2-for-1 chance here to open up half 2.
241 first half yards for the Huskies, just 169 for FIU. Runner starts under center to hand off to Victor Rosa, who's met immediately on the left side of that line of scrimmage. Looks like Keegan Davis was in on the tackle.
It was indeed. Keegan Davis read that misdirection really well. Zion fakes one way, goes the other. Keegan Davis flows strongly, erases that run. Keegan Davis was really good in New Mexico, made a couple of nice tackles, consistently getting by that offensive line and creating pressure.
Burns will be the tailback here on this 2nd down and 9. Turner goes far side. It's caught. Neminsky gets a couple of yards on 2nd down. The sophomore out of Mountaintop, PA. Second reception of the season. 3rd down. Getting the tight end involved for the first time today. Incomplete. Sorry about that, partner. 3rd and 9.
3rd and a long way to go. And that gives UConn a behind-the-sticks chance. They've largely been pretty good in these, to their credit.
Turner fakes. Now skating near side. Throws on the run. Passes, breaks up the pass. And it's a 3-and-out for UConn on their first possession of the second half.
Best game for Zeke Masses. He's with them like glue that time. Good pressure. Gatham Bernadelle flushing the young Turner. He's got nowhere to go. Tries to just create something. Zeke Masses sends that thing into orbit. And UConn has to punt. Already the adjustments from Javon DeWitt, this defensive coaching staff for FIU, coming up big.
UConn 2 for 6 on 3rd downs now. Patterson, fair catch called for at the 35. That'll lead us to a quick break here to start the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Panthers coming up after this.
Let's make a toast. Here's to savoring every sip.
Want to get that done, you know.
And embracing every moment.
Layla.
Every unexpected, timeless moment. To turning up, winding down, and everything in between. Whatever you're planning or not planning this holiday season, we're made for the moment.
Electrified. Hunguk Tire.
You're a champion of multiple fantasy leagues. Your dominant reign is unprecedented. To watch over this dynastic empire, you scored a TV that's unbeatable in every measurable visual category. The only thing that can hand this fancy TV a bitter defeat? Bad internet.
Did you say that?
Get good internet with Cox, just named America's fastest internet download speeds, because good things deserve good internet.
Over 100 crispy Old World pepperoni.
Cheesy crust edge.
This Fanceroni pepperoni from Little Caesars is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, me too. Fancy isn't measured by your inseam. Fancy comes from here. Because if you are what you eat, then we're all feeling mighty fancy today. Yeah! Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 Old World pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza.
Back to work? Back to work?
We've all got work worries. They're annoying little things that never leave us alone.
Deadlines!
Even at work. But you can get them under control. Asana makes work easier for your team, so you can focus on all the things that matter, instead of just worrying about work. Make work work for you with Asana.
Welcome back to F Stadium, where UConn has a 20-0 lead. FIU forcing a 3-and-out on the first possession of the There's Tyrese Chambers at the bottom of your screen there. He went to the locker room with about 3 minutes before the end of the first half. Did not come out immediately with the team as James goes to Jalen Bray on the first play of the second half for FIU for a completion. Chambers did recently just come out of the locker room. Reports of a bit of a limp. Still has his shoulder helmet with him. We'll be monitoring that throughout the course of the second half here.
Yeah, that completely changes the FIU offense if he's unable to go.
Fresh set of downs for the Panthers. James will keep it, made the first man miss, and lucky to get a couple of yards on that keeper is Grayson James. So
we're going to go with a little bit of what worked in New Mexico. Read option game. Grayson James keeping the ball. He had the one run. It wasn't designed. He just took off on a pass play where he had a ton of time. So it's a bit of a reversion for the FIU offense, but trying something different here, that's a good approach. Don't stay committed to the game plan in the first half because it wasn't working.
We'll take 4 yards on first down. Another RPO here. James feeling pressure, and he'll be taken down. Might have got close to that line of scrimmage to avoid too big of a loss.
And that right there is a coverage sack, AJ.
Yeah.
Good job. Grayson's got time. Just looking, keeps his eyes downfield, correctly so. There's absolutely nobody open. Eric Watts has done a nice job in this game. He's one of a host of UConn defenders in there to make a play. Watts having a really good one after zeros across the board against Fresno, and that defensive line asserted itself, but that's a tip of the cap to the DBs. Nobody open, and again, the absence of Tyrese Chambers is felt.
3 sacks now in the season for Watts. Third down, slant route caught. Miamin stretching to try to get a first down. Might be a yard short. Miamin, Iowa transfer, held on to it. FIU probably going to have to go for it here in this situation.
Yep, 4th down and 1, and not a moment of hesitation here. Understanding you're down 3 scores, you're not going to get many 1-yard to go opportunities. Got to count it.
There's 8 for 14 on 4th downs this season.
Cats hit that check with me. Grayson does the hard count, then looks back over. Adjusts the play based on what he's seeing from that defense. 3 down linemen and edge rusher standing up.
They'll hand off up the middle. Flex Joseph has daylight, and it's a touchdown for FIU. At last, the Panthers are on the board a couple of minutes into the second half.
The FIU running backs have been so explosive the last couple of weeks. It was E.J. Wilson in New Mexico, and now it's Flex Joseph. Guy who in his first year of college football had a 100-yard kickoff return, that tells you he's fast. He gets past 1 tackle, and once he's into the 3rd level, there's no one going to catch him. Flex Joseph gives a lifeline to FIU. These Panthers needed it in a huge way. What a start to the 3rd quarter for FIU.
Yeah, the 3 and out, and then the 4th down conversion for a touchdown. PAT is good. Signs of life for the Panthers now. To a 2-possession game. 20-7 after the PAT from Chase Gabriel. That'd be the spark Mike McIntyre's group needed. They haven't had much success on the ground so far today. Longest run from scrimmage.
Just a great bit of patience from Flex Joseph. Initially, you think they're going to want to try and run that power off to the left side, but he just waits a second. Gap opens up right in front of him, and he takes off, hits the hole hard, and FIU completely flips the script here. And now you got to do it again. Panthers defense certainly gotten a workout.
Plenty of time left in this game. A pair of touchdowns and a pair of field goals for UConn thus far. 20-7 the score stands. As Lucas Matias has it. Teed up at the 35. Victor Rosa will let it go in the end zone. Some extra shoving after the play. Ultimately nothing. Any adjustment you saw FIU made to stop the run on that first defensive series in the quarter?
Get by the offensive line and make your initial tackle. I mean, sometimes it's a pretty simple game here on the gridiron, and FIU saw a ton of sheds in that first half, and that's what led to those long runs for the most part. Second time around, they did a much better job of it. But if you're UConn, you're not going to change it up. You're hoping your guys can remain just as shifty.
Turner will flip it to Aaron Turner on the first play of this drive. FIU swarms on the edge. We'll host the Panthers in on the tackle.
Keegan Davis has had a brilliant start to this half. He's joined by Demetrius Hill to make the play for the FIU Panthers. Now for UConn, you get your first bit of adversity in this game, and so you have to see if you want to adjust at all. You don't necessarily have to. But so far, they've tried a boundary run, unsuccessful. Runs up the middle haven't worked. More and more shifting on to the young quarterback, Turner.
Why not give to Houston? That's been a recipe for success. Not that time, though. And FIU says they have the football. It looks like Houston was down first, though. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yep.
Let's get another look. Jordan Gerard was there for the tackle.
Again, initial contact leads to a tackle. Have to be consistent about it. And now an injury.
Injured player will take a timeout. Third down coming up.
Coors Light wants to keep your chores light. Enter now for a chance to win a whole season of free laundry services while you chill and watch the games.
Can Coors Light do my laundry too?
These are delicates, my man.
Restructured pork patty. Arby's real country style rib sandwich. Arby's, we have the meats.
Come on, cover girls. It's time to turn it up. Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen Mascara. It's an instant lash extension effect. The best mascara I have ever used. Exhibitionist Mascara from CoverGirl.
You know, people here, they're all running from something.
Is something rattling you?
My husband was killed.
Who killed him?
The new sheriff. You asked me if I was staying here for revenge. Maybe it's justice.
Walker Independence. New series. Check your local listings for showtimes only on the CW and the CW app.
Concerning sequence there for UConn. The injured player was Devontae Houston, who has been the player of the game thus far today. And obviously a huge part in the win last week, and that's another running back down for UConn. Third down and long here. Turner surveys across the middle, complete to the 35, excuse me. It should be a first down.
Third down, AJ. Find the young tight end. Jolie does the job again for UConn. Donovan Manuel eventually gets there, but that's simple. Tight end runs to the middle of the field, sits at the sticks, catches the ball.
That's a big play as FIU is looking for another 3 and out. Fresh set of downs for the Huskies. We'll give to Rosa. He cuts upfield. There goes Rosa. Plenty of space to work with. He's across the 30. Rosa could go at the pylon, and he's out at the 1. What a run. Victor Rosa, the freshman, downfield.
What a sick cut right here by Victor Rosa. Gets the ball. He's flowing with his line, doing a nice job. All of a sudden, he sees that gap open. It's one hop. He's gone. That is an unbelievable jump cut by Victor Rosa, a guy who wasn't even supposed to play that much this year. flashes why he went to UConn. One of the hometown kids, also out of Connecticut, making good for the Huskies. What a cut, what a run.
And a player down for FIU after that tackle. They're going to rule Rosa out at the 2. That's Dorian Hall, who's taking a moment.
It's so frustrating because you talk about Houston, running back is probably the most depth-challenged position for UConn, despite the run we just saw from Rosa. And Dorian Hall, a little shaken up for FIU, defensive back, is the most depth-challenged position for the Panthers. So injuries where you simply can ill afford them, and obviously you hope both guys are all right, can return to the game, but man, it is tough for FIU and for UConn under the most ideal conditions to begin to build back to the levels that both programs aspire to. And so far this season for both teams, it has been far from ideal in terms of health.
No Nate Carter, now no Devontae Houston. Rosa trying to fill in for his teammates here. FIU alum Raja Bell looks on. Rosa the carry, and he's taken down, maybe lost a yard on the play.
Rosa carries. Good rally by Gerard and company. Nobles as well, and FIU gets through that time. UConn probably going to do the exact same thing with some different personnel on the field. They're going to bring Rayante Brown, play a little bit of heavy football here for the UConn Huskies.
Burns in as the tailback as well. Haven't seen Brian Bruden yet today, who does have 15 carries this year. Fourth running back on that depth chart. 2nd and goal. Burns. Nothing doing. Hezekiah Massis got to him first. It's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Panthers sold out on the run. They guessed correctly. You bring Zeke Massis screeching off that right-hand side. He gets through. They just overloaded at the point of attack. Outstanding anticipation by Javon DeWitt and his defensive coaching staff for FIU. They knew what the play was. They called the correct counter.
Rosa re-enters. 3rd and goal at the 5.
How much do you trust Zion Turner if you're Jim Mora?
They're stacking the box to toss. A reverse. First man missed. This is Cale Millen, the backup quarterback, to the end zone. It's a touchdown on the trick play. UConn gets in the end zone.
Pass by Cale Millen.
Well, we asked how much they trust Zion Turner. The answer is a lot as an athlete and wide receiver. A little Philly turns UConn. Work it up. Millen, who's played a little bit this year, 20 passing yards before that throw, finds Zion Turner.
Wow.
UConn goes to the very end of the playbook and cashes in. Holy smokes.
One quarterback to another. It's just a 4th completion for Millen this year. And now going for 2. Turner rolling to his right. Has to get it off and will just flick it to the back of the end zone to avoid anything disastrous. So how about that? Cale Millen, the touchdown pass. Zion Turner, the reception. And UConn, a 26-7 lead.
Coors Light wants to keep your chores light. Enter now for a chance to win a whole season of free laundry services while you chill and watch the games.
Can Coors Light do my laundry too?
These are delicates, my man.
You're a champion of multiple fantasy leagues. Your dominant reign is unprecedented. To watch over this dynastic empire, you scored a TV that's unbeatable in every measurable visual category. The only thing that can hand this fancy TV a bitter defeat? Bad internet.
Unbelievable, did you see that?
Get good internet with Cox, just named America's fastest internet download speeds, because good things deserve good internet.
So sweet, so crispy. Nobody makes breakfast as good as Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Nobody.
Nope.
Keep talking. I can't hear you.
I should probably stop.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Hello, little one.
Welcome to the great unknown. Not the okay unknown, or the underwhelming unknown. It's the great unknown for a reason. It's a world of endless possibilities and adventures you can't even imagine. Toyota, let's go places.
The Maytag Pet Pro Washer has a built-in filter to remove 5 times more pet hair. Because pet hair can be so annoying. Conquer pet hair like a pro with Maytag.
Come on, cover girls. It's time to turn it up. Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen Mascara. It's an instant lash extension effect. The best mascara I have ever used. Exhibitionist Mascara from CoverGirl.
Let's dive in.
What about your back?
It's fine!
Advil Dual Action fights pain 2 ways. Advil targets pain at the source. Acetaminophen blocks pain signals. Advil Dual Action.
Kohl's is here to help you save on great fall style, like women's tops starting at $15.99, men's long sleeve must-have starting at $17.59, and kids styles starting at $10.39. Plus, take an extra 20% off, or save even more with a Kohl's card. More style, more savings. Kohl's.
Welcome back to ESPN 3, where UConn has taken a 26-7 lead over FIU after the 61-yard run by Victor Rosa. After UConn earned a first down on 3rd and 8. But key storyline, of course, the loss of Devontae Houston. For FIU, Tyrese Chambers has been out since late in the first half as well. And we're not sure if we'll see him back for the Panthers. So 2 big playmakers out for both sides. A short kick taken by Joseph at the 10. He has FIU's only score today. Avoids the first ankle tackle. He'll get out to the 33-yard line.
Great job, though, by Flex Joseph. We talked about how he began his career with that 100-yard return. He gives FIU a little bit of extra field position. Gives Grayson James and company a chance.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, Joseph got here in the 2019 season in that win at New Mexico State. He was walking around the locker room after, said, "It's my first FBS road win."
Yep.
got my first. He finds his team in a deficit here with 7:50 left to play in the third. James will keep it. Now it's a similar kind of play we saw to last week. Jalen Bracey wrapped up after a gain of 4.
That is phenomenal from Trey Wortham, man. He's been so good. This is a guy with 2 interceptions already in the game, 3 in 2 weeks. And that time he just shoves a man behind and comes up and assists in a tackle.
2nd and 6. James off his back foot. Finds Fairweather down the far sideline, out across the 40.
Just a coverage bust right there for UConn. Largely this defense has played well, but they're coming up thinking it's a run. Great play layering by this FIU offense. They've run so much read option. Linebackers bit, easy throw.
James, deep shot, near side. Patterson looking for a flag, and there one goes. Patterson was in single coverage. Got held up a bit, and the flag comes flying in.
FIU goes right to the shot play to the X receiver, that guy on the left side. Normally Tyrese Chambers. This time Dean Patterson. Still netting a positive result if PI is the call. Similar.
Dean Patterson impressed the coaching staff, particularly throughout spring camp this year. And he's seen significant reps now in this game. Entered with 6 receptions for 56 yards. Yeah. With no Tyrese Chambers, somebody will have to step up at the wideout spot for FIU.
And 2 former walk-ons for FIU with 2 of the biggest plays of the game.
1st and 10 at the 27. E.J. Wilson up the gut. The Panthers will take 4 or 5-yard gains on first down, the way they feel perhaps a little bit outmatched along the lines entering today. They'll take that.
Yeah, they've kind of changed it up.
Especially health-wise, with only dressing 10 or so linemen playing 5 or 6.
Julius Pierce over at right tackle. He was the starting center in this game for FIU. Really shaking things up.
5-yard gain. Chris Mitchell Turf Monster got him. No gain.
Turf Monster and some aggressive play from Ian Swenson. That's FIU getting back to their initial game plan. We've seen them run this play a few times, other screen passes to the boundary. Panthers betting on their ability to get to the edge faster than the UConn Huskies, and largely that's a bet that has not paid off in this game. UConn properly anticipating and playing the full length and width of the field.
3rd and 5. Panthers have Fairweather lined up as a wideout. To the flat. Wilson slips that first tackle and earns a first down close to the 10-yard line. Well, it's going to be close, but E.J. Wilson elusive and earns a fresh set of downs.
This is how FIU won the game in New Mexico State. E.J. Wilson, on a relatively short play, breaks a tackle, uses that speed. That was a 60-plus yarder for E.J. Wilson. This time, it's enough for a first down, and FIU will take it.
Ian Swenson was nearly there at the right time, could not make the tackle. And Swenson is still down on the ground. A junior out of Illinois. And Jackson Mitchell manning those linebacker spots for UConn. Let's see Swenson back on his feet now.
Challenging game for both teams.
Injury starting to take a toll for both sides here with 5:44 left in the third quarter. FIU trying to punch it in for a second consecutive drive. Last time it was on 4th and 1, the give to Flex Joseph. Now finding some more success through the air.
Getting back to what works. The testament of a great coaching staff, identifying within a game and adjusting. Hey, here's what we had planned, but largely, let's toss that out. Still a little bit of it, but for the most part, going back to that play in New Mexico State, it's doing wonders for FIU.
A field goal would make it a 2-possession game, but you just get the sense.
Yeah, you're running out of time.
Yeah, FIU needs a touchdown, especially the way UConn's offense and run game has been operating. James will follow his tailback as a blocker. UConn surrounds him. Gain of 1.
Brandon Boyer-Randall with 7 tackles a week ago. One who flew in there and made the play. For was playing at Texas Tech, and look, AJ, when Jim Mora came into this program, he changed about half this roster with the transfer portal. It is a different era in college football. You can get good a whole lot quicker than you could before, and UConn trying to show that with back-to-back wins.
Boyer-Randall battled injuries throughout his college career. Started at Michigan State, last year at Texas Tech, where he had 5 starts. Now in his final season of college football. 2nd and 9. James, the keeper. It's a couple more yards. Close to the 5.
And that's that play sequencing we've talked about a couple of times with Coach Yost. They've run this play, that jet sweep fly action. This time Grayson keeps it, trying to draw the eyes of the defenders. Does a little bit, but eye discipline. Pretty strong for UConn in this game. They haven't really bid on a number of fakes.
Panthers need to get to the 3 to get another set of downs. It's 3rd and 5.
They're probably going for it on 4th down, too.
I think so.
Realistically, 2-3 yards, not what you want, but it's fine if you're FIU.
James to pass. Corner of the end zone. Bracey, and it's tipped incomplete. Terrific play from Malik Dixon-Williams, batting a hand to it.
Malik Dixon-Williams with incredible range. Grayson does a nice job. That's a good loft ball. Wanted a little bit further towards the pylon, sure, but it's got some room, and Malik Dixon-Williams identifying the exact right time to go up. Doesn't try and sell out for the interception. He knocks it away, and because FIU didn't get anything on that play, they're reduced to a field goal try.
And Chase Gabriel will knock it through. Now 4 of 5 on the season. And so FIU does make it a 2-possession game. They'll have to get a pair of 2-point conversions with it as well. 26-10. 4:06 left in the third. Plenty of time left if FIU's defense can continue to make plays as they did on the first defensive possession of the third quarter, where UConn right back to the ground after Houston had to exit the game, and Victor Rosa made a statement.
Yeah, Victor Rosa had the huge play, and then FIU was on the verge of a goal line stand before UConn snuck Cale Millen into the game. FIU didn't catch it. That led to the trickery, and bing, bang, boom, touchdown.
That's right. Don't forget about Yeah, Cale Millen. They ran that formation, that kind of play a week or two ago. I think last week, yeah. And had a deep throw down the field. That was successful. Charlton will go into the bag of tricks every now and then. Offensive coordinator who came in from Maine, where he was the head coach after spending time at Boston College. FIU sends it away, down 16 now as Rosa lets it go behind him.
Kickoff is a touchback. 1st and 10 Huskies at the 25.
FIU did such a good job against New Mexico State of limiting the ground game. They just haven't been able to do that. And if FIU is going to win this game, they have to force Zion Turner to throw and make this a game decided in the air, especially with UConn being but for FIU, you've got to force UConn to be two-dimensional.
They fake to Burns. They'll go out to Jolie. He makes the catch. He stiff arms a man to the ground. Demetrius Hill got a face full of hand. Jolie did a nice job to earn a first down.
Physical player, not initially listed on UConn depth charts. He has earned his spot in this offense, far and away the favorite target for young Zion Turner today. That's just another missed tackle for FIU. Demetrius Hill did all he could, but Jolie's got that size advantage.
Just over 3.5 minutes to play in the third.
Power set, everything in tight here for UConn.
Burns the carry. Cuts upfield. Hill has to come in from the safety spot to make the initial
Burns with the carry.
Tackle. As
tackle by Demetrius Hill.
FIU giving up 7 yards on first down.
UConn, you take that every time. Chris Haynes does a nice job again, along with the rest of that offensive line. Chris Haynes has been impressive at that outside spot when he's kind of the isolated guy for UConn. He's continued to make plays.
Javante O'Neal was there to finish it. 2nd and 3.
Guard play can easily get overlooked, but Haynes has done a nice job in this one.
Dual tailback set. Rosa this time. Sprinting to the edge. Donovan Manuel chasing him down, but a first down with a gain of 3 on the play.
And that time it was Valentine Sen holding his block. Keegan Davis was the one there at the point of attack for FIU, but Sen just never let him go. First down, Huskies.
First down.
Sen, another one of those transfers from Colorado, so we're going to really enter a new era of football. Western Kentucky was kind of at the helm of it last year, drag and drop offense, and it worked wonderfully for him. Now Jim Mora trying to do something similar across the entire roster.
Rosa again. Second effort got him 2 or 3 extra yards after initial contact. Go back to, got an injury on the field here for FIU.
Tackled by Donovan Manuel.
Might be O'Neal.
You can't tell right now. And man, this has been something else.
Houston, Chambers, Hall. Another player down for FIU.
And you wish it was one of those games where it was really hot outside, so most of the time it's just cramps. Guys will be fine, but certainly by the Miami standard, it's a nice night. So likely not that, but good to see somebody pop right back up, especially when it's a player as important as Donovan Manuel.
Yeah. Walking on his own power back to the sideline, which is great to see. To just go back to Turner for a moment, it wasn't that long ago, just a year ago, in fact. He grew up, he lived in Overtown here in Miami, so he'd take the train at 5:30 a.m. every day to get to St. Thomas Aquinas. He wanted to be part of the program ever since he was a little kid.
Yeah.
Told their head coach, Roger Harriet, when he arrived there for freshman year, hey, I want to compete for the varsity spot. He said you had to admire the confidence that he had immediately when he entered the building.
Yeah, man.
Earned the JV job right away and the varsity spot not long after as Rosa takes another carry. He swarms pretty quickly at the line of scrimmage. Third and long upcoming here for UConn.
Nice edge work by Alex Nobles. He can't get clear off the block, but he does enough. Throws that shoulder into Rosa and limits the gain. But to finish that point on Zion Turner, he came in and then he goes 37-2 as the starter at St. Thomas. Now look, he had an incredible roster around him. St. Thomas, year in and year out, is one of the best teams in the entire country, but you got to go out there and execute at the quarterback spot. Turner has at every single step.
Continue making a name for himself for the Huskies. 3rd and 7. Had a good pocket, goes far side. That's brought in caught. Kevin's Clearsius, the redshirt sophomore, with a big grab.
Evan Clearsius is the big play guy for the UConn Huskies. He's been limited so far, but you knew it was only a matter of time against Fresno. Plays of 40 and 39. He's the deep threat. He gets it done. And it's a first down for UConn. Zion Turner still extremely confident. And you need that confidence. His first collegiate pass was an interception. Hasn't phased him. He's played brilliantly today.
Now UConn will most likely maintain possession through the rest of the quarter as well. Play action fake.
Didn't sell that fake all that well.
Will be brought down in the backfield. Keegan Davis, the first 2 on.
You understand the idea, but when you stick out that empty hand, a guy's eyes are not going to be fooled by it. And so Keegan Davis sticks with the beeline. That was a miscommunication, and that's what we talk about with a young quarterback. That wasn't exactly executed like you draw it up if you're UConn, but he's not going to be fazed by it. He's dealt with adversity going up against some of the best teams in the Sunshine State. So especially from the confines of home, he won't be fazed by it. 2nd down and long for UConn.
That will take us to the 4th quarter. UConn up 26-10. A 2-touchdown lead on FIU. Feeling good about things heading into the 4th. UConn 26, FIU 10. Back after this.
September 15th.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate. To put the world on pause. Lindor Almond Butter, made to melt you. By the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Restructured pork patty sandwich. Arby's real country style rib sandwich. Old, new. Oh man. Oh man! Arby's, we have the meats.
Hi, Dr. Rick. It's Julie. Just leaving you a voicemail. My number is 618-437-7425.
Okay.
It's for
Can anyone tell me what Julie did wrong there?
You gotta repeat the number. I mean, no one's ever gonna get it the first time.
Nope.
Didn't leave her last name.
No, the phone tells you who called.
Yeah, she didn't mention a good time to call her back. How am I supposed to know when to call her back?
No, she just shouldn't have left a voicemail. 9 out of 10 times a text will do.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Technically, when enamel is gone, you cannot get it back, but there are ways you can repair it. I'm excited about Pronamel Repair because it penetrates deep into the tooth to help actively repair acid-weakened enamel. I recommend Pronamel Repair to my patients.
Peanut butter and jelly, smartphones and selfies, gas and electric. Perfect combinations. Honda hybrids perfectly combine electric and gas engines for driving versatility, giving you up to 40 mpgs. See more about Honda hybrids when you search your local Honda dealer today.
Keep it moving, running all the time, no time to waste it.
If you do what feels right, then own your style. Philips OneBlade. Your style made simple. There's always a way to make life better.
This year, Prime members get holiday deals before anyone else, which means you're kind of a big deal. The Prime Early Access Sale on October 11th and 12th, only for Prime members.
What if you were a global energy company with customers in different places on different systems? So you call in IBM and Red Hat to create an open hybrid cloud platform. Now data is available anywhere securely. Let's create a hybrid cloud that can change an industry. IBM, let's create.
Make this worth your while, Peloton.
All the classes and endless motivation that fits your schedule. to keep you coming back. Time.
Come on!
And time.
Keep it up!
And time again.
Almost there, let's finish strong.
That's why 91% of households that join Peloton are still active 12 months later. Motivation that moves you. Rent the Peloton Bike or Bike Plus. Terms apply.
Fourth quarter set to begin here at FIU Stadium. UConn a 26-10 lead over the FIU Panthers alongside Corey Brooks. AJ Ricketts, this is a huge defensive possession for the Panthers. Realistically, cannot give up any points here as time starts to wind down in this one.
Everything gains added significance when you put up the fours.
2nd and 16, Victor Rosa gets 5 yards back.
Great start for Gathan Bernadelle. He has been quiet in this game, AJ. It's largely been Donovan Manuel in that defensive line. GB is a huge part of this defense. That's a welcome sight for Coach DeWitt and the FIU defense.
It's going to be 3rd and 13. FIU can force an incompletion. Probably force a punt. UConn gets close to the sticks. They could think about a field goal.
Jolie slot tight. He's the go-to guy here.
Turner, all sorts of time, has Rosa in the flat. That's where he'll go. 3 blue jerseys surround immediately. And it's only a gain of about a yard or 2 when it's all said and done. Good coverage downfield by the Panthers.
Really nice job. Strickland's the one who comes in and accelerates the process. He was held a little bit as well. Didn't matter. He influenced the decision process for Zion Turner. And like you said, FIU defense needed a stop, and they got it.
Well, that's step 1 of this fourth quarter comeback if you're an FIU supporter.
We've already seen one great punt at this end of the field. Nearly from this exact same spot, down at the 5.
George Caratan. High end over end punt. And it takes a UConn bounce and taken at the 5.
There you go.
Great special teams play from the Huskies as that Zozus who downed it? Tommy Zozus, who's spent plenty of time here in Miami, 50-plus games. He's the one to get downfield and spot it.
This side of the field has been money. That was a great punt. It didn't matter who got down there. That thing sat and died right at the 5. Excellent, excellent work. Zozus gets his measure of his homecoming, and Grayson James has to go the length of the field.
Yeah, field goals won't do it anymore. Well, they're still, really, it all depends on.
No, you were right the first time.
I don't know. Let's see what FIU can do here. Down 16. Miamin hauls it in. Good yardage on first down.
And so still no Tyrese Chambers, AJ. So conceivably, he's out for the rest of this game, which would make this even more challenging for FIU. The guy who Jim Mora talked about, the game plan around him, such a dynamic threat, one of the best receivers in college football, unavailable to go for FIU.
James goes to Brace, who bobbled it, still able to bring it in, get the first down before being brought down by 3 Huskies. James now 19 of 26, 165 yards.
Job by Jalen Brace. It'd be easy to give up on that, but he sticks with it after the bobble, and that's FIU the first down.
The UConn player that was slow to get up after the tackle, now back on his sideline. 1st and 10 for FIU now at the 21, out of the shadow of their own goal line. James hands off. Flex Joseph tackled immediately. Jackson Mitchell in the area, 2nd in the NCAA in tackles this season.
Tackled by Jackson Mitchell.
We talk about the injuries both teams have had to deal with. Jackson Mitchell has had one, and it hasn't slowed him down at all. Guy playing with a screw in his thumb. Doesn't matter. He's been an absolute warrior, according to his coach, Jim Moore.
2nd and 10.
There it is.
Him in another reception. Gets closer to the first down marker.
All over. Over 70 tackles on the season for Jackson Mitchell. Just an innate sense of where the football is going to be. So sure-handed once he makes the play.
Third down and peppered. Yeah, 3rd and 4 for FIU.
A lot of late shifting here for this UConn defense, trying to confuse and confound the young quarterback, James.
On 3rd down, James hands off. Joseph found space. 1st down and more. Still going across midfield. Flex Joseph, tough running tonight. Panthers in business.
Flex Joseph flexes out of a tackle right here. Physical running for the FIU junior. Explodes through that hole. See you right there. Little get off me. Big run for Flex Joseph.
I'm still going back to the whole screw in the thumb of Jackson Mitchell. You think about that more. It's one of those, this is what he's doing to still play.
Yeah.
No, he shrunk it off. No, he's been terrific this year. Play fake. James steps up, and he'll be brought down from behind. Couldn't escape the pressure. And he'll be brought down for a loss.
Colin McCarthy's got his 2nd sack of the year. Hasn't played since the Syracuse game, but my, oh my. Welcome back.
Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13.
Colin McCarthy, the sack for 3 yards. Out of New Jersey, 2nd and 13.
Another guy, he missed 3 games with a calf injury. Doesn't matter. He's out there balling.
10.5 minutes left to play. James goes far sideline. Dean Patterson on the run. Patterson still going across the 10 and brought down.
Pass is complete. Dean Patterson.
Panthers in the red zone.
Just a huge bust right here for UConn. Dean Patterson identifies it. Grayson James sees Big 81 and delivers a strike. Phenomenal job finding the gap right there, attacking the sideline, and Dean Patterson. Great catch, great run. Here come the Cats.
James will go to Jalen Bracey. Had a touchdown last week. Inside the 5, still going. And brought down around the 2-3 yard line.
Pass is complete to Jalen Bracey.
Great job by FIU. This is where that tempo and a Coach Yost attack serves them well. Don't let UConn try and regroup after the explosive. Keep them uncomfortable.
Player for UConn remains down after that. And while the athletic training staff attends to it, we'll take a break. 2nd down coming up for the Panthers when we return.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate. To put the world on pause. Lindor Almond Butter. Made to melt you. By the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Welcome to Quick Trip.
Need some roller therapy?
Need a hand?
Need an extra large?
You need me to climb through your trunk and unlock your car?
Yeah, that actually happened.
If you need it, we have it. QT, more than a gas station.
So sweet, so crispy. Nobody makes breakfast as good as Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Nobody.
Nope.
Keep talking. I can't hear you.
I should probably stop.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Maytag knows people love their pets, but they don't love pet hair. No offense. That's why Maytag engineered the Pet Pro Washer to remove 5 times more pet hair from your laundry. Hit it. So you can pamper your pet and leave the pet hair to Maytag.
Let's go, girls.
Conquer pet hair like a pro with Maytag.
If you're always asking, where next? Capital One has the travel card for you. Venture X. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Find your where next with Venture X. What's in your wallet?
Be second and goal for FIU after the timeout. Ian Swinson was the injured player, but walked off on his own power. The referee making sure everything's good to go. Second and goal. Wilson swarmed, and he'll lose yardage on this play.
Jackson Mitchell again. He is having his best drive of the ball game. Just IDs it right away. C8 Mitchell right there, straight through the hole. Doesn't make the initial tackle, but slows it up and lets Jordan Morrison come up. 0 tackles against Fresno. Jordan Morrison picks up a big one. Huge play right here.
Third and goal at the 5. Under 9 minutes to play. James, surveying. Oh, he threw it behind Wilson. It probably could have been a touchdown. Went back shoulder, and that's costly.
Similar, AJ, to the biggest play for FIU this season, that 2-point try to win the game against Bryant. That was EJ Wilson out of the backfield. This time, though, Grayson misses the throw. One of those tough things, being asked to play a ton as a young quarterback. Position demands consistency. Misfired.
Boy, UConn lost Wilson in the flat. And now on 4th down, the Panthers need 5 yards to get in the end zone. Here's James. Steps up. He's going to throw. And it's incomplete. UConn stands. And the Huskies will get the football on downs.
Tried to find Dean Patterson, who'd been so good on the drive. Grayson holding serve, keeping his eyes downfield, finds a clean launching point, but a little bit high, no chance at it. And now UConn can put this thing away.
It looks like it went off the fingertips of Patterson. That was a bullet. James, though. That was difficult to haul in, but maybe Patterson would like another crack at that. So a 2-touchdown lead with a pair of 2-point conversions to go with it if FIU scored. Now UConn would love to take some time off the clock here. On the counter, first play.
Burns carries.
Robert Burns, the former Gulliver Prep running back here in Miami.
I mentioned all those South Florida connections, man. You want to be successful at the FBS level, you have to recruit South Florida. That's why FIU has such potential as a program, but it applies for everybody. And we have another injured player. Goodness gracious.
Well, Burns has seen FIU before. His career high before last week was a 21-yard gain against the Panthers as a Hurricane in that 2019 game in Marlins Park. More after this when we return.
Surprise, 0 sugar. Wakanda?
With Sonic's 2 for $5 menu, you get 2 delicious things for only $5. How will you know which 2 to choose? Don't ask us. That's a rhetorical question. And everyone knows 2 for $5 is better than 1, which is helpful if you struggle with decision making. The Sonic 2 for $5 menu.
Sonic.
Honda SUVs and trucks give you more. Save thousands more with 1.9% financing. Get more legroom, more cargo room, more power. In stock and available with 1.9%. Search your local Honda dealer today.
This is kind of a love story. Because what is this, and this, and this, if not pure, unbridled passion? That's the feeling at Home Goods. Here you can always get more of what you love. More variety to choose from. More treasures to uncover. All for less. So when something makes your heart race, you'll know it's yours to keep. Because the best things in life don't cost a fortune. They're found. Home Goods. Go finding.
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows.
charging something like $100 a window when other guys were charging $400 to $500. He just didn't want to do that. He was proud of the price he was charging. My dad instilled in me, always put the people before the money. Be proud of offering a good product at a fair price. I think he'd be extremely proud of me. Yeah.
UConn with the football and a 26-10 lead. And a chance to really milk some time off the clock here. Remember last week's fourth quarter drive. Put themselves in a winning position. They love to replicate something like that and really ice this game. But up 16, it's already looking pretty good for the Huskies.
No question about it. They're about 20 yards away from a new season high in rushing.
Burns trying to find a crease. Keeps the legs going out across
Burns
the 10.
Penalty marker down.
There is a flag, though.
In the vicinity of holding. As Zeke Masses is shaken up.
Boy, there have been a lot of players go down today.
Offense.
Penalty beneficial for FIU. Another defensive player hurt. And time continuing to tick away. 8:17 left on the clock now. It was a valiant drive for the Panthers down the field last time. Looked like they were knocking on the door of the end zone. Could have potentially made it an 8-point game as Masses is able to get back on his feet, which is good to see.
Yeah, FIU hasn't necessarily had the difficulty you would expect moving the football. Early on in the first half, they were humming, and then a couple of turnovers, hamstrung some drives there. You get into the red zone and unable to convert. There was another time they were driving, got put into a 4th and long situation, elected to take that field goal. So it's been there for FIU. Those plays down the sideline have been accessible for them. They've hit a couple of them, and it's just in the critical moments, it's that UConn defense that's come up. That was their exact same formula they executed against Fresno State. They're doing it again here.
There's been a lot of good things FIU has seen tonight. Just guys unable to finish drives in the way that Mike McIntyre would prefer. 2nd and 12 after the hold. Demetrius Hill makes the tackle, but not before Burns charges to a first down.
Tackle made by Demetrius Hill.
Robert Burns looking for his biggest game of the year, and you said it perfectly. That is a huge gap on the weak side and more than accessible for Burns.
Yeah, Burns trying to erase some rough memories from the last time he played FIU. He was in that losing locker room. Doesn't look like he's en route to that this evening, perhaps. 7:20 left to play and a fresh set of downs for the Huskies. Remember, Devontae Houston had to exit last quarter. There's a fumble on the field. Rosa couldn't handle it, but able to fall back on top of it. Boy, a dangerous moment for UConn, but FIU could not recover.
Nearly the first big mistake for the UConn Huskies. Just kind of a miscommunication on the exchange between Turner and Rosa. Results in a small loss, not nearly as bad as it could have been. Surprising that that was on Rosa, too, with Burns working in and such limited exposure to this point in the season. The more veteran back, although even that is kind of an exaggeration. Young players are still young, even when they're more experienced than their counterparts, as Millen's in the game at quarterback.
Millen coming in for Turner here. Hand off to Rosa. Nothing doing.
Rosa with the carry.
3rd down and long. Just over 6 minutes left.
So conceivably, Millen's going to throw here.
Didn't see if Turner got nicked up at any point of that play, or if Jim Moore perhaps just wasn't thrilled with the handoff.
Yeah, it could just be they bring him to the sideline and say, hey, here's some teaching tape on how we want you to hand it off going forward. We've seen Millen already in this game. He's got a touchdown pass to his credit.
3rd and 14. Late shifting along the line.
Too early.
Someone mistimed something there.
Holding. Offense, number 75. After it can go. Still 3rd down.
Chase Lunt, the guilty party. He said holding, he meant false start. And There you go. And so there was a couple things that happened there. Justin Jolie was about 5 yards upfield as well. So
like a XFL route.
Yeah, almost.
Or arena football. Getting that jump off the line.
And you see Jolie right here. He's been the go-to guy on third down, and it would have been a nice route, but would have challenged Andrew Volmar. Still, let's see if that's where they want to go.
The clock continues to tick, and that's the biggest thing right now, FIU.
Whoa.
Oh, now it's going in the end zone. It should be a safety. Yep, and it trickles back. Bad snap and some carelessness with the football on this possession from UConn. 2 points for the Panthers there.
To UConn's credit, this hasn't happened. They haven't had those big mistakes. FIU has, but that thing is launched straight out the... Understand, UConn's a lot better than the Bryant Bulldogs. A lot. But FIU's thinking that right now.
Have to happen quickly. Just 5:22 left to work with.
By the way, that's no knock on Bryant. They're a good FCS team.
Very veteran FCS team.
Yeah.
Led by a former high school coach from here in Miami. (26-12) the score now. George Caratan will send it away. See what kind of field position FIU can get out of this. That's a great punt.
Ooh.
Patterson isn't able to handle it initially. He'll pick it up at the 15. Trying to get some yardage back. Unfortunate to get out close to the 40-yard line by the time things are said and done.
That's a great save there. Looked like I was going to start at the 20. You need to make it as easy as possible for young Grayson James.
It has to be touchdowns from here.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no question about that.
26-12, a 2-touchdown game. Grayson James so far tonight, 22 for 30. No touchdown passes, 2 interceptions, and he's been sacked twice. Flex Joseph has 103 yards on the ground, but I figure a lot of this will be operated through the air. James out of the gun. Rivaldo Fairweather makes the catch, but the clock will keep moving. Gain of 6.
Rivaldo Fairweather hasn't gotten the opportunity to run many routes so far this season. They usually have him blocking, but with the absence of Chambers, they're going to try and use the all-conference tight end a little more in the receiving game.
It's the drive going, 2nd down. Another quick pass, caught. Trying to get a couple extra yards was Bracey, and he might have lost a yard or two. We'll say forward progress had him at the 44.
Yeah, still gets 3rd and short regardless of the extra attempt. Jackson Mitchell, another tackle. FIU playing with tempo. They're comfortable with this. This is their base speed.
3rd and 1. Chris Mitchell hounded, and that's incomplete. Terrific coverage. Once again, guess who?
Yeah.
Trey Wortham has been sensational tonight. A pair of interceptions and a pass breakup there.
Wortham has been worthwhile in this one for sure. He was excellent. He was all over it, although it's worth pointing out that Chris Mitchell fell down.
This is essentially the game right here.
Yep, no question. Super tight ball. This can be a quarterback sneak.
Try to push Grayson James forward. This was the play they ran on the 4th down against New Mexico State to seal the game, and James looks to have 1st down yardage.
Initial spot on the far side has FIU staying on the field, and the chains shall move.
And that's another FIU.
Still a glimmer of hope for the Panthers. 1st and 10 at the 41. Play fake. James, deep shot down the middle of the field. Mitchell is target, and it's incomplete. Mitchell wanted a flag. None there.
First target we've seen in the direction of Malcolm Bell in the deep spot. Great pass pro. Gives Grayson time. He unloads on one, but you see 2 white jerseys right there. A little bit of contact, not enough. Probably more instigated by Chris Mitchell, but that's the guy you want to find. Those big plays against Bryant were almost exclusively Chris Mitchell.
4:03 left to work with. Grayson James keeps it this time across midfield. Gain of 4.
James carries.
Trying to catch the defense unawares, gets the short gain, but Jackson Mitchell maintaining his eye discipline right there. He didn't even move on that fake. Such a difference compared to what FIU faced a week ago in New Mexico State. Those guys were constantly looking in the wrong spot, buying those fakes. UConn, not interested.
3rd and 6 in midfield. James, near sideline to Fairweather. Can't bring it in. Defended tightly by Stan Cross, who's had a couple of pass breakups today, and it's going to be 4th down and 6 for FIU.
Stan Cross, who's been in and out of the lineup, only played against Michigan and NC State, has been a regular in this one. One-on-one, Grayson James trying to give his guy a chance.
Another 4th down opportunity for the UConn defense. Panthers need 6. Slant route, incomplete, it's dropped, and UConn will take over, and they're 3:21 away from their 2nd consecutive victory.
Don't think it would have mattered. Even if Dean Patterson catches this ball, he would have been too short. This UConn defense has been clutch.
Sprite Zero Sugar. Is that Wakanda?
Hey, I'm trying to study.
Our fridge is a portal to Wakanda.
Okay.
I didn't win the lawsuit, but everybody knows I wrote that song.
Flo? Gosh, it's been forever. You look fantastic. It's John. Ham, from the blind date we went on years ago?
Ah, the struggling actor who didn't believe he could save his snapshot based on how and how much he drives.
I'd love to talk about it over dinner sometime.
Well, I usually don't talk on the phone during dinner, but for potential customer Tom Ham, I will make an exception.
Oh, boy.
So sweet, so crispy. Nobody makes breakfast as good as Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
Nobody.
Nope.
Keep talking. I can't hear you.
I should probably stop.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks.
This is kind of a love story. Because what is this, and this, and this, if not pure, unbridled passion? That's the feeling at Home Goods. Here you can always get more of what you love. More variety to choose from. More treasures to uncover. All for less. So when something makes your heart race, you'll know it's yours to keep. Because the best things in life don't cost a fortune. They're found. Home Goods. Go finding.
UConn looking to finish up the job here on the road. 3:21 left, up by 14. They can sense their 3rd victory of the year. Central Connecticut State, Fresno State, and now looking to take down FIU. And Rosa has been a big factor in the proceedings tonight. Scampers to the edge and stays in bounds.
Tackled by Donovan.
Mike McIntyre will use the first of his 3 timeouts.
Trying to give his guys any chance. Good spill by Alex Nobles. He reaches out there, forces that play to the outside, hoping to bring a guy out of bounds.
Another timeout. Take one as well.
I didn't win the lawsuit, but everybody knows I wrote that song.
Flo? Gosh, it's been forever. You look fantastic. It's John. Ham, from the blind date we went on years ago?
Ah, the struggling actor who didn't believe he could save his snapshot based on how and how much he drives.
I'd love to talk about it over dinner sometime.
Well, I usually don't talk on the phone during dinner, but for potential customer Tom Ham, I will make an exception.
Oh, boy.
Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? How the music can free her whenever it starts, and it's magic. Do you believe in magic?
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Pizza. Come on, keep it hot.
It's good! Pizza.
Again.
Harder, readier. Let's go. Pizza.
Pizza. No, pull. high five.
Pizza with a Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 old world pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
With over 100 old world pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
With over 100 old world pepperonis.
Pizza, pizza.
It's a cat. It's a cat. It's an old cat. It's an old cat bat.
Some things leave you guessing, but not MailChimp. MailChimp takes the guesswork out of email marketing by analyzing millions of data points from the billions of emails we send to offer personalized suggestions for how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with the #1 email marketing and automation platform, Intuit MailChimp.
If you do what feels right, then own your style. Philips One Blade. Your style made simple. There's always a way to make life better.
My active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. Arthritis can slow me down. Now, Skyrizi helps me get going. Skyrizi helps me get going by treating my skin and joints. Along with significantly clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Skyrizi attaches to and reduces a source of excess inflammation that can lead to skin and joint symptoms. With Skyrizi, 90% clearer skin and less joint pain is possible.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like the feeling of improving my skin and joints. And that means everything. Now's the time to talk to your doctor about how Skyrizi can help treat your psoriatic arthritis so you can get going. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
UConn just 3-10 away from its 3rd win of the season. Appreciate you joining us tonight on ESPN3. UConn and FIU. And the Huskies got out to the quick lead and have not looked back since. Millen hands off, Burns into a pile. Will be 3rd and long. So it looks like the final line for Zion Turner, quarterback for UConn, 14 for 19, 102 yards, which is, again, just 4 yards over the average. The game manager, he led his rushing attack do the job. Devontae Houston, 135 yards. Victor Rosa currently at 89. Burns, 34.
And I think, too, this coaching staff was ready to put more on Zion's plate. You know, now that they're out of that Power 5 section of their schedule with Michigan and NC State in the rearview mirror, but they didn't have to. He made the plays he needed to, kept everything fundamentally sound until that very last play where the snap goes out of the end zone. You didn't see anything monumental for them, and so they've held the momentum. They'll go into the rest of their schedule with a lot of positive thoughts, and for FIU, you got a real good team coming here on Friday. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Charlotte has looked vulnerable at times this year. That could be a competitive game, but immediately in the future, UTSA on CBS Sports Network. That is a talented program. They'll have the Roadrunners here on Friday night. At least 2 of the next 3 at home for the Panthers after 3 consecutive road games between Texas State, Western Kentucky, and New Mexico State.
Pair of games under the Friday night lights as well for FIU.
That's right. 3rd down and 9. Malin remains the QB. He'll keep it this time. FIU sold out on the run. There goes Millen. It's a house call. Cale Millen to the end zone for the cherry on top.
There it is. A summation of the day, AJ. Just FIU caught looking. They completely follow. There hasn't been the keep. Zion Turner didn't run the ball at all this game. And so FIU, following the script, goes after the back. Millen keeps. He's got the biggest play of the season, the career for him. And wow, just credit UConn, man. They came out and got the job done.
Of course, Millen's father played college ball with Jim Moore at Washington. Hugh Millen. Cale came into the NC State game for a few plays. Fresno for a little bit. But that's arguably the most exciting play of the season. Well, he's had two big ones today between the touchdown pass and now the run here in the fourth quarter. Take another look.
Just in terms of the yardage, this is the big one. But you're right, he's had two plays, and that one mattered even more in the pass. But this one, he just gets to have a lot of fun. Dead-on sprint to the end zone, and that puts UConn at 298 rushing yards on the ball game, a new high. They were at about 270 against UConn State. That's an FCS team. UConn gets to raise all the banners high on this one. As dominant a showing as you will find.
And that was the question mark heading in because, New Mexico State ran for 330 heading into the FIU game, but that was against Hawaii.
Yep.
FIU held the Aggies under 100 yards. Another matchup coming in against a team that likes to get it done on the ground and just haven't been able to find the same amount of success today. UConn's O-line held up well.
UConn's O-line held up well. These backs for UConn, depleted as they are, probably a step ahead in terms of their progression as opposed to what New Mexico State brings to the table. And FIU just wasn't as assignment sharp today as they were in Las Cruces.
It's a happy homecoming for Zion Turner. It looks like all 150 friends and family are remaining on that far sideline to say hello to the young man they're very proud of, St. Thomas Aquinas. His last year, he had so much adversity up in Fort Lauderdale. Had a knee surgery. Didn't know if it'd take him out for the season, but he battled back from that and lost his uncle soon after. His older sister, he found out at a family birthday party in November that she had passed away. Detailed in a really moving article by Don Memori in a local paper in Hartford. And he has just continued to persevere. His high school coach, Roger Harriet, as E.J. Wilson takes this in the flat, upended around the 30-yard line. Said, look, Zion he's blessed with an ability to be positive and see light at the end of the tunnel. He's gone from being the quarterback of St. Thomas Aquinas and seen plenty of adversity there to now leading a UConn team that has 3 times the amount of wins as it did last year now.
Yeah, they're on a winning streak. First time in a long time they've been able to say that. As there's a drop. And look, for UConn, it's not over yet. Coach Morris spent the entire week talking about don't be a one-hit wonder, but now for UConn, they could put together a real catalog here. Trip to Muncie, Indiana against the Ball State team that's looked better recently, kind of came out of the gates a little bit slow, but win the Bronze Stock a couple weeks ago. They pick up a big rivalry win, and you got a Boston College team that does not look like Boston College this year. You got a UMass team who is kind of in that same growth phase as UConn and FIU, so this could be a real turnaround for Jim Moore's team.
Jalen Bracey with the first down. Yeah, he's said it all year. He said, we want to make football important to this state. It's on the agenda. We're halfway to a bowl game, partner. To being eligible. Crossing route here, Jacoby Hewitt gets 5 yards. And again, no Taquan Roberson, injured in that first half against Utah State. Cam Ross has been out. Joe McFadden, their kicker. Injuries everywhere.
Yeah. And Jim Morrison was a little shaken up after that play. Got the helmet off. He's walking all right, though, so that's a fortunate sign. And it's 2 completely different approaches here in how to build. FIU brought in a couple of transfers, not many, and a number of which are not playing at the moment. So they're trying things up for 2 or 3 years down the line. UConn's doing a little bit of that, but also with a ton of transfers, revamping about half their roster. They're kind of half playing for now, half playing for later. And so you're kind of seeing that difference. And there's no right way when you started at the point that both of these 2 teams did. There's no surefire way to handle it, but you've got to give Jim Mora and this staff a lot of credit in terms of what they've been able to do and make an immediate impact on the field as you see Colin McCarthy there get a PBU big man flying in.
Swatting it away. McCarthy's looked good today.
Yeah, that entire defensive line has looked good. FIU's constantly shaking up their offensive line. I mean, we've seen guys for FIU that haven't even played this season. They've been in on the offensive line. We've seen Ming John play guard. We've seen him play center. So they are completely shaking things up.
Wyatt Lawson, Sam Hill have been in there as well. Flex Joseph getting close to a first down yardage with 1:45 left here.
We saw Pierce start at center. He moved over to guard. We saw Lindell Hudson get shaken up earlier in the game. So it's very much tinkering season, and that's going to happen when you've got the bottom 5 roster in terms of experience that FIU does, one of the youngest anywhere in the country. You're going to try and figure some things out.
4th down, swatted away once more. That should be it. As UConn can just take a knee from here if they so choose. FIU got in UConn territory plenty of times this evening, but just 12 points to show for it. Be back to the film room. Things to build on, but Mike McIntyre knew the situation. When he accepted this job last December, it was a rebuilding phase, a rebuilding process. Some thrilling wins thus far. But not tonight against the UConn Husky team that has ambitions of moving forward themselves. It's victory formation for the Huskies. Jim Mora is about to pick up win number 3 of the season.
FIU stemmed the tide as they've done all year. Gave up as many points in the second half as they did in just the second quarter. 6 and 7 respectively in the third and fourth, but simply not enough because of the slow start. UConn goes to the locker room up 20. That's functionally your margin here at the end of the game.
FIU's actually outgained UConn today, 409 to 404. But not an advantage on the scoreboard.
Finishing matters. It's the last thing to come for a young team. And look, the meme has gone around Twitter of the most overrated stat, and then you see the Iowa coaching staff come on and say offensive yards. Funny because of how Iowa has struggled. But offensive yardage can be overrated sometimes.
Sure.
It doesn't necessarily tell the story.
297 rushing yards for UConn today. And that'll do it. The Husky revolution is fully underway. 33-12, the final score from Miami tonight. 3 wins in 7 games for Jim Moore and the UConn Huskies after a 1-11 campaign. He said ever since he took over, he's just been so admired. He's admired the resolve and the strength of this team to just keep believing in what the mission is and what Jim Moore's vision for the program is. And UConn has tripled their win total from last season. And that's the final score, 33-12. And not a perfect performance by any means on the road, but a pretty impressive rushing attack tonight for the UConn Huskies.
Yeah, they were incredibly explosive, made a huge difference, got 17 points off turnovers, nearly your entire spot of the game. There it started, that fumble that gets to the second level, favors them the whole way. Interceptions, Trey Wortham was incredible throughout this contest. Ground game was unstoppable. Line play set the tone. FIU moved the ball, had the big play from Flexi, but just not enough today. Building blocks for FIU, but it's UConn who celebrates here in Miami.
Partner, enjoyed it.
A lot of fun.
Fun one tonight, especially for the Huskies. This has been a presentation of ESPN. To watch a replay of this game, as well as an archive of many others, head to our website at watchespn.com. 33-12, the final score. Huskies feeling good after a road win for Corey Brooks. I'm AJ Ricketts. Have a good night.